Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit sick. I'm not feeling 100%. I've been sick all October and it's really been annoying me, so I'm just drinking water, taking Panadol, and I'm gonna get through these videos because I don't want to stop filming. So I want to say a massive thank you to today's sponsor, Skillshare. So Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of different classes and members across 150 different countries. Basically, the best way I would describe it is Skillshare is a place to get inspired to learn new skills. I just think it's amazing that we have the internet and something like Skillshare that allows us to learn new skills at any given time and any place. Obviously, I'm taking this YouTube thing really seriously and it's hard to edit, okay? It's hard to get good at editing and there's different editing softwares. So I took to Skillshare and I found video editing with Final Cut Pro from beginner to YouTuber. But it's this class with 48,000 plus students, which is so amazing. Hosted by this guy called Ali Abdul. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, he was absolutely incredible. It was so easy to follow because there's like different segments. I would just do it whenever I had time, you know, if I'm sitting at the airport or at a cafe or just at home and I catch myself having a moment. And yeah, so I love that I can learn things from the comfort of my own home at any given time because I have a crazy schedule, so it just works best for me to do it this way. And yeah, I think that Skillshare is incredible because why wouldn't you want to invest in yourself and invest in your future? So if you have a specific skill that you want to learn, Skillshare is the perfect way to start. They have thousands of classes, like I mentioned. It's not just video editing and photography, it's absolutely everything. You can seriously look up any topic, it's amazing. So yeah, I absolutely love Skillshare. If you guys are interested in trying it out, all the details will be in the description below. And thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring. Let's get into the video. So we're starting this new thing on my channel where I'm going to be doing podcast episodes. And you know what? This is something that you can keep in the background while you're doing your makeup or cleaning or driving or just whatever. If you guys like this style video and you like listening to this, then I guess maybe I'll look into starting an actual podcast maybe and uploading them as like, you know, Spotify audios. But for now, I can't be bothered to do all that. We're just going to do it on YouTube. This is what you get, so I read all of your comments. I love them and I love all of you. You guys are all like my online friends. And I know that technically no one's talking back. I'm talking to a camera, but I don't know, in a really weird way, I feel really connected to you guys that sounds so cringe, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel really connected to whoever's watching this. Like, it feels like we're friends. So I want this podcast series to feel like you're just talking to a friend. Like, we're really just sitting here at a sleepover. And the name of my podcast, because I have a name, it's Not That Deep with Luma, because you know what, that's my saying, it's not that deep. If a friend comes to me and they're needing advice, they're telling me about something, I'm like, hold on bitch, it's not that deep, you're gonna get through this. So today we're gonna be talking about you are settling and you know it. We're gonna be touching on the topic of settling when it comes to relationships, friendships, jobs. We're going to be talking about how settling prevents you from reaching your potential. So I've made heaps of notes. I always do. I really think these videos through. This is why I feel like I can talk about this topic. If anyone can talk about this topic, it is me. I know that a lot of you guys may have seen my video documenting heartbreak. I have a 3-part series when it comes to breakups. If anyone's struggling with a breakup, go ahead and watch that. I'm not going to be talking about that in this YouTube video, but what I will say is, in that relationship, I learned so much. And I didn't learn so much just because I went through a painful breakup. I learned so much more than that because when I was with this person, I felt like I was settling. This wasn't the right person for me. But I had gotten so comfortable with living with him and with being around him all the time that there was no alternative. Like for me, it was easier and more comforting to keep trying to make this thing work that I felt deep down in my soul wasn't the right thing for me than to start again with something new. I always had this feeling that everything I wanted was on the other side of fear, but it's so easy to just sit down and just let life happen around you and just be comfortable because it's crazy out here, okay? It's a crazy world and it's scary and stepping out of your comfort zone is scary. But I'm gonna tell you why settling is scarier than going out there and stepping out of your comfort zone. And you can learn from my mistake. I knew that that person I was dating wasn't the right person for me. I was too scared to let go. When you're with someone, or when you're in something, or you're friends with someone, or you're in a job, it's just what you're comfortable with. So anything outside feels so foreign, and it's almost like, I don't know if that's worth it. This is probably worth it. Let me tell you the greatest but most simple advice ever. Trust your gut. Your gut is always right. So even if you trust your gut and it ends up being something that hurts you, it's what was needed to be done, because you gain knowledge from experience. You will never experience anything unless you trust your gut and step out of your comfort zone and do things. So my gut was telling me, this is not your dream guy, for so many reasons. You know how they say you gotta find someone that ticks the boxes? I don't think that they have to tick every single box, just the same way that I don't think I tick every box for guys, but shit, I probably tick a lot of them though. My ex didn't really tick enough boxes. I'm not even blaming him for anything. It's my own fault. I stayed in a relationship that I knew was not going to fulfill me. I knew was not my dream relationship. I would scroll through TikToks or watch videos of people working out and talk. You know, there's like independent TikToks and people are like running and it's like nostalgic music in the back and they're like, being alone is amazing because you can create the dream version of yourself that can find the dream partner. Something in me was like envious of those people because I knew that I would thrive like I've never thrived before if I would just learn to be alone. Something in me was telling me, if you let go of this person, you will allow better blessings into your life. But you know what, you guys? Did I listen? No. And so that's why I'm giving you this advice, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. I want you to learn from my mistakes, okay? God, I wasted so much time. I wasted 3 years in that relationship just knowing that this person wasn't meant for me. I feel like eventually I would have broken up with him. It still would have been equally as hard because leaving somebody that you live with or that you spend so much time with is so difficult. So it's always going to be really difficult. So every time I talk to someone going through any type of breakup, I really feel for them because I understand that pain better than anyone, really. But yeah, the thing is, right, I think he ended up leaving me because he felt that too. Like, we're not each other's perfect person. And because I was feeling this so much, he could probably feel my energy. Like, and you know, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But we're going to get into the fun stuff. After I healed and went through that whole thing, now I'm in this place where like my gut was right. And my soul, what my soul was telling me at the time was more than right. I think I was so scared of leaving the relationship and being alone because I wouldn't be able to find anyone or would regret it. I was so afraid of regretting it that I wasn't even open to the idea of having the most incredible life and looking back and saying, wow, I'm really glad I did that. I'm glad I had that experience because now if I feel like a friend is not serving me, a job is not serving me, a partner is not serving me, I definitely the hell will not be staying in that because I've learned. Let me tell you this analogy that my dad told me. So this guy was climbing a mountain. Okay, and there was like an avalanche or whatever it's called, and like it was just really crazy. It was cold, he was shivering, he was literally freezing, right? And he just was like calling out to God or the universe or whatever it may be, calling out to the higher power, just saying, please get me out of this situation. What do I do? Like praying. And God, or the universe, whatever, he said, just let go. Trust me. Let go of the mountain. Just trust me. And he was too scared to let go of the mountain that he froze to death right there. But when everything cleared up and the sun came out and everything, he was like that far away from the floor. He just couldn't see it. And I know it's a very simple analogy, but it's always sat with me because it's like there is something in your soul telling you what you need to do. Let go of the mountain. Trust me. Let go of that thing. Just trust me. He's like, it's like speaking to you through your soul. It's the same thing as that analogy. You will be okay because there are plans for you. You have a soul that tells you what you need to do. And it's always right. It's always right. Even if you do that thing and it ends up hurting you, it's gonna help you grow. It's furthering you on your journey towards everything, towards your full potential. So yeah, I really like this analogy because I compare this to so many things. Like in my last relationship when I felt like I was settling, if I had just listened to that, I'm gonna go back and compare it to like that guy on the mountain. If he had just listened and let go, like so much more would have happened for him. Anyway, he didn't, and he died. He froze to death. It's just an analogy, it's not a real person, but you get the point. You can sit there in comfort and never trust the universe and never let go of things, never quit that job, never start that business, never get out of that relationship that you know you're settling for. You can do all those things and life is just gonna go past you. Nothing worth winning is easily won. Life is not going to come and save you. You have to do it yourself. Like, step outside and look at yourself and your own life. Do you feel like you could be doing more? Do you feel like your dream life is out there and you could be doing more to go towards it? If the answer is yes, you know you're settling. You are settling. And settling means you are not reaching your potential. Have you ever done something and then afterwards you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that? It could be the smallest things. It could be you getting on a roller coaster with your friends that are like, come on, you gotta come on this, you gotta try it. And deep down you're like, I know if I do that and I finish it and I get to the end, I'm gonna be really happy I did it. You will never have regrets if you are stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things, because you are gaining knowledge and experience from it either way. So I had always dreamed about going to LA. I always wanted to go to LA and to like go to Hollywood and kind of have friends there, and like I just always thought that LA was going to be the place that I would further my career, and I don't know, I just had this whole idea about LA, okay? People ended up being so fake, at least the people I was around. I just felt like really unsafe there. I felt like it was really dirty. It's not what I wanted it to be. The trip actually ended up being a disaster, and I got back and I was completely just, my life was just like spun around, right? And I can't talk about it online, and so I won't be, but whatever you think happened in LA to me, think about that times 10. It was bad, but I'm so glad that I did it. I'm glad that I went. Let me tell you something. I read this book. I think it was Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk. I read his book and it just really inspired me. It inspired me in so many ways. And then when I was finished reading it, I thought I should go on a trip. And everything just made sense for me to go on this trip. But I didn't know anybody else who'd want to come with me. So I booked a solo trip to America to meet and stay with people I've never met before. And even though at the end, spoiler alert, the trip ended up being a disaster, I'm really happy I did it. Because if I didn't do that, so many things in my life right now would be so different. So many things changed after that trip because my perspective changed on a lot of things, you know? If I didn't go, I'd always wonder like, what's out there for me? Maybe there's better out there. I'd always be thinking that. But because I've gone, regardless of what I've lost, I have this experience, my cup is full, I don't feel any FOMO, I don't feel like I need to be in LA, I don't care for it. And that is something that nobody can ever take away from me. My experience and my knowledge. I uploaded a video recently where I introduced you guys to my boyfriend. I don't even think I would be with him if it wasn't for that LA trip. And so in that video where I was introducing you guys to my boyfriend, I mentioned how him and I sort of liked each other, but I went away on this trip. It wasn't just like a little trip, I went away for like 2 months. But ultimately when it was all said and done, and when I was on the way back to Australia, I knew in my heart what I wanted, right? And so that's why things worked out really well between him and I, and that's why I don't regret going out there and experiencing that whole LA trip and traveling solo. Despite how scared shitless I was, me stepping out of my comfort zone and going on that trip essentially has been the best thing that I've ever done for myself. And good things always come out of you stepping out of your comfort zone. So stop settling. It is preventing you from reaching your potential. Reaching that potential means reaching the dream version of yourself. And then when you reach that dream version of yourself, you can attain the dream partner. When we think of our dream partner, or like this was me at least in the past, I think about someone that goes to the gym regularly, that reads, that works hard, that has all these really great attributes, and like I would want somebody that's stepping out of their comfort zone. I don't want some little chicken that's not gonna do things. You know what's so funny? I knew what I wanted in a partner, but I didn't even match that myself. So it's important for you to focus on becoming the dream version of yourself. Trust me, a lot of people will come and gravitate towards you if you just start working on yourself. So the best thing you can do is grow your confidence, step out of your comfort zone, gain knowledge, new experiences, move cities, get a new job, Make new friends. Do things that make you feel uncomfortable, but you know deep down you will be happy you did it. Because this is the way I see it. You're trusting the universe. You are at one with the universe. I'm letting go of this mountain, right? My dad's analogy. I'm letting go, and all of the good things will come to you if you let go and you trust. That's just what I believe. Okay, the last sort of topic that I want to talk about is a little bit about relationships. I actually wrote here, very rarely do I meet couples that seem 100% genuinely in love and healthy. I know a lot of people in relationships. I can probably think of only 2 of those relationships that are relationships that I look up to, that I'm like, wow, that's a great couple. So many people out here settle. They settle for comfort. They settle to be with somebody that keeps them comfortable, so then they don't find that person that ticks all the boxes that matches their level, because they're stuck here, blocking their future blessings by being comfortable, right? So many people are just with the other person for comfort, which I know sounds so bad, but I'm just keeping it real. Just because somebody is a great person, just because somebody hangs out with you all the time and makes you feel good, doesn't mean that they're the best person for you. You should be with somebody that inspires you, that low-key makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because it's like, I don't want to lose this person. I want to impress them. I want them to be proud of me. So they're working out heaps, they're working hard, they're doing this, they're doing that. I want to do that too. I'm inspired by my partner. Not like, oh, my partner and I are so bummy. I know he's not my dream guy. I'm also not really that attracted to him mentally because he doesn't really challenge me. My point is, so many people are in relationships like that. Some of you guys watching this might know that you're in a relationship like that. That's not bad to come to that conclusion, okay? Because I came to that conclusion with my ex, but my problem was I didn't trust my gut. And that's why the best advice I could ever give you is this advice I'm giving you in this video. Trust your gut. It will never lie to you. You don't want to be one of those people that is not 100% happy with your friends around you, your job, and your partner. You can tell when a couple is 100% aligned and in love and perfect for each other. And you don't want to settle for anything less than that. Trust me, I've been there. I've settled for so many things, for friends, for partners, for jobs. Do your future self the favor of being strong right now and trusting your gut. And I promise you, you will get to that point where you are so happy. Like, I feel like the universe and I are on good terms right now. And that's not to say that life is not going to get messy and that I'm not going to lose things and life isn't going to get hard. That's life, man. Like, life gets hard. Life is hard. You know, last year I was in so much pain. I was just crying and crying and crying and just in so much pain. Now I'm on the other end of that. And if I didn't do all those things to just push myself to get out of that, I wouldn't be here. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you think. I love you guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can hit 100K this year. That would be my dream. I'm so excited for it. Yeah, I love you guys.